my name is Kathy Myron, and today's video is a crash course on the basics of multi-factor authentication and why you should want to use it. So multi-factor authentication, or sometimes referred to as MFA or 2FA, two-factor authentication, is the single best thing that you can do to protect the security of your online accounts. All MFA is that it means that multiple factors are used to prove your identity to any online service. So if you've ever logged into a bank account online, you know that in order to do that, you have to input your username, a password, usually and hopefully one that is long and complex. And then once you've done that, there'll often be a text message code that gets sent to your phone, and you have to input that in the website as well. This username and password is something that you know. The text message code is something that you have. Multi-factor authentication says I need something that you know and something that you have to prove that you really are you. In some scenarios, there are additional factors that get used. Maybe it's your biometric fingerprint. That's a very bad drawing of a fingerprint. So something that you are. Or your IP address is your location. And it goes on and on. There are scenarios where a certificate or a text file on your machine can also be another form of verification, and so forth. The idea, though, is that multi-factor authentication looks for at least two, if not more, of these different factors in order to verify your identity. Because banks use it as the standard, many people believe that receiving an MFA code through text message is the easiest and most secure way to do it. It's the preferred method. And what I would tell you is that text messages are inherently not secure. They can easily be hijacked, and this has been proven through hackers calling up mobile phone companies and getting them to change the SIM card associated with a particular account. So they may call up T-Mobile and say, hey, I lost my phone, I was robbed, I've gotten a new phone, I'm in a new country, I really need your help. And they give the customer service rep some sob story and convince them to transfer that account to another physical device. And then once that happens, the hacker now gets all of your SMS codes on a phone that they control. The better and safer method to receive those MFA codes is either through an Authenticator app. And so Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, your password manager may also have its own Authenticator app. Or a physical token. And so a physical token is just going to be kind of a USB device that will often require your fingerprint, and that attaches into or plugs right into your computer. And that is the most secure way of verifying your identity. But of course, the problem with a physical token is that if you lose it, you're in trouble. You can only associate one account with one token, so they get very expensive if you need to protect multiple accounts, which is why the Authenticator app is the easiest method. Now, some people will ask, if my Authenticator app is tied to my mobile phone, when I change phones, or if I lose my phone or my phone is dead, what do I do? Well, when you set up your MFA, it's very, very important in that setup step, when you first do it, is to save a set of backup codes. Now, these might be preset numbers. So if your security code or your MFA code is usually 6 digits long, then it's a series of 6-digit numbers that will always work. So what you should do is print them out or save them in your password manager. You never want to save them just on the hard drive of your computer. But if you save those codes, you can always use one of those codes to get in an emergency if you were to lose your phone. And the other thing that you can do is that when you are configuring the Authenticator app for the first time, usually the way that you do it is there'll be a QR code on the screen of the computer. And so you hold up your phone and you take a picture of that QR code, and it automatically adds that site to your Authenticator app along with all of the other sites that you've previously set up. When you do it, it is also helpful to have a second backup phone where you're also taking that picture. then you know that if you ever needed to find that code again and use it to configure an Authenticator app on another device, you still have the code. Alternatively, some Authenticator apps will allow you to export the list of sites that are there. So Google, for example, will do this for you. So you can just go to the settings of your Authenticator app, click on export, transfer it over to your new phone, click on import, and then all of your codes will be available on that second device. So that is a nice way to ensure that you always have some form of a backup for your MFA codes themselves, because trust me, it is a very time-consuming process to go ahead and reset up everything from scratch, especially when you consider that MFA is designed to help prevent people from taking over your accounts. So if you did not set up a set of backup codes or save them when you first configured your phone, you're going to have to contact every one of the account providers and verify your identity, often using a government-issued ID or a credit card or some other method of verifying that you are in fact you. So while it can be done, it's an incredibly tedious process and one that you want to avoid if at all possible. So when you set up MFA, make sure that you save your backup codes. Make sure that you're using an Authenticator app every place that it is supported. SMS is not the best way to do MFA, so if you have a choice, always go with the Authenticator app, and make sure that you turn on MFA for all of your online accounts. So what I hope you take away from today's presentation is that MFA is the single best thing that you can do for the security of your accounts. And I will say that a study by Microsoft said that 99% of automated attacks can be prevented with MFA in place. So turn on MFA everywhere it's supported. Make sure that you're not using insecure SMS or text messages to receive those codes. Always use an Authenticator app. And when you set up MFA for the first time, make sure that you are saving a set of backup codes or configuring a second phone just in case you ever lose or break or otherwise transfer phones in the future. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, I would love a like or a comment below. Let us know your favorite part. Let us know what else you'd like to see on a future video, and I will see you on the next one.